Hi there, I'm Sophie, and I'm really happy you're here with me today. You don't need a notebook, you don't need to study hard, just listen. Let your ears get used to the rhythm of real English. This is a place where you can relax, enjoy the sound of everyday English, and learn naturally, without stress. So let's talk. I want to start with something simple. Learning English doesn't need to be difficult, but we often make it difficult by trying to do too much at once. We memorize words, we focus on rules, we try to be perfect, and then we get stuck. We get tired, we feel like we're not improving. But the truth is, you are improving, even when it doesn't feel like it. Every time you listen to English, your brain is learning. Every time you read a new sentence, your vocabulary grows. Every time you think in English, even just for 1 second, you're training your mind to understand more. You don't need to rush. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep going. The internet gives us so many ways to learn. There are podcasts, videos, articles, apps, online tutors, and communities where people from all over the world are learning English together. You can join speaking rooms. You can watch short clips. You can read comments and messages. All of this helps you learn, not just words, but also how people really talk. One of the most important things I want you to remember is this. Real English is not the same as textbook English. Textbooks are useful, of course. They teach you structure, grammar, and basic vocabulary. But when you go online and listen to native speakers or everyday conversations, you hear a different kind of English. You hear natural phrases, like kind of. No worries, sounds good, and so on. These are the words that help you sound more natural. They help you understand people better. They help you feel like you belong in the conversation. So I always say, if you want to get better at English, listen more. And when I say listen, I don't mean just once. I mean listen again and again. Repeat episodes, repeat sentences. Let the words sink in. Sometimes people think they need to know 10,000 words to be fluent. But actually, fluency comes from using the words you already know comfortably and confidently. You can speak well with just 1,000 words if you know how to use them smoothly. That's why listening is so powerful. When you hear the same phrases again and again, your brain starts to recognize patterns. You don't have to translate anymore. You just understand. So if you're listening to me right now, that means you're already doing something amazing. You're surrounding yourself with English. That's how fluency starts. Let's talk a little bit about vocabulary. Some learners say, Sophie, I learn new words, but I forget them quickly. And that's normal. It happens to everyone. What helps is seeing or hearing the same word in different places, not just one time, not just in a list, but in a real sentence, in a real conversation. For example, take the word convenient. It means something is easy to use or helpful for your routine. You might hear someone say, online learning is so convenient. Then later, someone else might say, it's convenient to shop from home. And the more you hear it used naturally, the more you remember it. So don't stress about memorizing long vocabulary lists. Instead, focus on listening to real English and notice the words that come up often. That's how children learn. They don't sit down and study grammar. They listen, they repeat, they copy what they hear, and over time, it becomes part of them. You can do the same, even as an adult. Your brain is still capable of learning naturally. Now let's talk a little about speaking. Many people feel nervous about speaking English. Maybe you're afraid of making mistakes. Maybe you don't like how your accent sounds. Maybe you worry that people won't understand you. But here's the truth. Everyone makes mistakes, even native speakers. I do it all the time. I forget words, I mix things up, I say the wrong thing and then laugh about it. Fluency is not about being perfect. It's about being relaxed, being clear, being comfortable. The more you speak, the easier it gets. But how can you practice speaking if you're learning alone? There are simple ways. You can talk to yourself. Describe what you're doing. For example, when you're cooking, say, "Now I'm cutting the vegetables. I'm adding some salt. The water is boiling." Just simple things. But this trains your brain to think in English. Another method is voice journaling. Every day, record yourself speaking for 1 minute. Talk about your day, your plans, your feelings. Then listen to it later. Don't judge yourself. Just notice your progress. Even 5 minutes a day can make a big difference over time. Now let's talk a little about grammar. Is grammar important? Yes, but should it stop you from speaking? No. Grammar helps you build clear sentences, but fluency is more than grammar. It's rhythm, it's word choice, it's confidence. Some of the best speakers I know make grammar mistakes, but they speak with joy, with passion, and with purpose. People understand them, and that's what communication is about. So please don't wait until your grammar is perfect to start speaking. Speak now. Learn as you go. Grammar will come with time and practice. Another thing I want to talk about is online content. The internet gives you access to everything, good and bad. You can find excellent learning tools, but you can also get overwhelmed or distracted. That's why it's important to choose what you listen to. Choose voices that make you feel safe and calm. Choose content that matches your level. Choose topics that you enjoy. If you love cooking, listen to cooking videos in English. If you love travel, watch travel vlogs. If you enjoy conversations like this one, keep listening to podcasts. Because when you enjoy what you're learning, you stay motivated. Learning doesn't have to be hard. It can feel soft, gentle, fun. Let's take a moment now to just relax. Take a deep breath and remind yourself you're doing enough. Some days you will feel motivated. Other days you might feel tired. That's okay. Progress is not a straight line. It's okay to take breaks. It's okay to go slow. Just don't stop completely. Even 5 minutes of English each day is better than nothing. Now, let me gently remind you of a few phrases we've used today that are very common in real-life English. Take a moment. This means pause and relax. Keep going. This means don't stop, continue. Sink in, when something slowly becomes clear or understandable. Feel stuck, when you feel like you can't move forward. Let it go. Release the pressure or stress. These expressions are everywhere in spoken English. You don't have to memorize them. Just listen, and over time, they'll become part of your natural understanding. One final thing I want to say today is you are not behind. Sometimes we feel like other people are doing better, speaking faster, understanding more, but every learner has their own rhythm. Comparison only brings stress. Focus on your own journey. Even if you learn one new phrase this week, that's progress. Even if you only listen and don't speak yet, that's still progress. Language learning is not a race, it's a relationship. And like any relationship, it takes time, patience, and kindness. Be kind to yourself. You are already doing the hard part. You're showing up. You're listening. You're trying. That's brave, and that's enough. So before I say goodbye today, I want to leave you with this thought. English is not just a subject. It's a way to connect, to express yourself, to understand the world. You don't need to speak like a native. You just need to speak like you. Your voice matters. Your ideas matter. Your learning journey matters. So keep listening. Keep practicing. Keep believing in your progress. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. If you ever feel tired, come back to this episode. Let it remind you that you're not alone and you're doing better than you think. Take care of yourself, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye for now.